We're live. Grateful day. Woo! Podcast number 15, you guys. Welcome to the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast, episode number 15. Woo! I am so very, very excited. So, I'm your uplifter, Jenée Hudson, as you all know who I am. And today's episode is called Journey of Faith. From Doubt to Unshakable Belief, where we explore the journey of faith with courage, curiosity, and conviction. I am so very excited. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, I have my Friday shirt of the day. And today the shirt is my favorite color, of course, but it's faith over fear. What does this shirt mean for me? I didn't always have faith, but I'm here now and I have a lot of it. Everything that I do has to do with my belief and just keeping the faith for the most part. As an entrepreneur, as a mother, just as an overall human being, I just really believe in my faith. So I'd suggest you do the same for the most part. So that's what the shirt is all about. And you guys, I am so excited because today's episode, I have a special guest. So very happy to have her with me. So this is a very special episode because I have my first guest. And with this guest, this is an individual that is so very amazing. Oh my God, let me introduce her. I'm just so excited already to get to her. So this guest, her name is Erika Marie, okay? You guys, not only is she just beautiful and just helpful, she was a mentor of mine first, okay? So that's why I'm even more excited to have her on because she was this mentor that I just love and adore. But Erika Marie, she's actually a coach, okay? So she's now a friend now, but she's very spirit-filled. She's an entrepreneur, a CEO, a founder of just Life Size Love Foundation is what it's called. She's walking her calling every day to just in a positive manner, just impacting one life at a time. And you guys, her purpose is just supporting young minority women, and entrepreneurs. I'm a minority woman. Love that. So, and just professional leaders to identify their actual purpose. So she leads with excellence and love and just that humanity and just that life-size way, which is what I love about her. And just her enhancing just like personality and her being so professional. Oh my goodness. She's just that deal. Okay. So she has 2 decades of just corporate experience. I want to give her totally away, but I am so excited about her. And just, she's a business owner, like I've mentioned, and she just pours and just on that wisdom and it just roars with just that purpose and just, it serves with love. That's what she's all about. So I am so excited to bring her on. Let's do it for Erika Marie. Thank you again, you all, for joining us. Let me bring her in. Just 1 second. All right. Here she comes. Yes, yes. Yeah! Hi, Erica!
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Happy Good Friday.
Yes, Good Friday. Happy Easter weekend. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I'm
Thank
so
you
grateful.
so much for coming and being my first guest
Honored.
on my podcast. I love this. So thank you for joining. Oh, you look so beautiful as I look. I was already telling people that you are. I was like, you guys. So let's
Ah,
get going. I have so many questions for you that just to help because
I
you were
already
such a
know.
help for me and a
Mm-hmm.
positive mentor and just help me along the way. I appreciate you. I just want to say that first and foremost. So
Uh,
thank you for
I'm
joining.
so, I'm so proud of you. And obviously I don't want to start out emotional, but leading up to today with what I take on very seriously to prepare myself, right? So that my words can resonate with you and the hearts of everyone watching. Um, Proudness in such a humble way kept coming to me with an overwhelm of my heart being so filled with all that you have going on, the fact that you're taking the steps to walk in your purpose and in your calling. And I couldn't be more happier for you. I love being a sister to sister support. And so super grateful, super grateful. Yes. So lots
You.
of good
I
stuff coming up today too. So I'm excited.
Yes, yes. So let's get started. Thank you so much for those just wonderful words. I am so grateful because, like many of us, I feel like I've come such a long ways,
Yeah.
so I
It's a
appreciate it.
journey. It's a
Yes.
journey. We know that all to be true. And entrepreneurship in itself is not easy. It is not
Oh,
for the weak or for the faint of heart, and or the ones that are in doubt, right? But we're going to help them get out of that, and we'll kind of get them to where they need to be, hopefully, to be able to be where you are, right? And as you're believing in yourself. So it starts with you, and you believed in you. So I was able to support that and love you through that. So yes, let's go.
thank you.
Let's
Let's
get
go.
it.
All right.
Can you guys hear me good? You can hear me
Yes.
okay? Awesome.
Yep. I can hear you. Everybody, can y'all hear? Put it in the chat. Can you hear? Yes. Okay. So, to guide our discussion today, here are some giftful questions and answers, and I'm
Mhm.
eager to explore them with the admired guest, Erika. So,
Thank
the first gift is my question to you. My first question
you.
is, can you just walk us through the crucial moments in your journey of faith from when doubt first came into the realization of your like unshakable belief and just during your entrepreneurial journey?
Hmm. I absolutely can. Um, I will say one of the most crucial moments for me was leaving corporate America and believing in myself and really having the belief system, the BS of me and God and what He had called me to do. And we get really comfortable. I got really comfortable, right? You get comfortable with the corporate check, the consistency, the benefits, the perks. But what was missing was fulfillment. What was missing was everything that I knew I was more and called for more to do. And I felt boxed in,
Oh,
right? So even though you're in that ladder and you're going through the motions, I say, of what corporate world looks like, you're grateful. I'm thankful for what it provided my family at the time. But when I looked at really the moment of what was, it was like an epiphany that I had. Is this check my worth? Is
mm,
this check my value? Is this really all that I can bring to the world and make a difference? And that was really where it started for me, was, taking that leap of faith and trusting myself and trusting the God in me to be able to lead me and the path of, that he wrote out for me already. And it wasn't easy, and it's a hard place to be, but
oh
it's
yeah.
one of the most rewarding when you say yes to you and you say yes to God and His will for your life. So
Oh,
yeah, that's definitely where it started, and that was in 2019-ish. Yeah.
Wow.
2020
That is,
pandemic was going on.
that is so relatable. So
Mm.
that's why we even connected. As you being this wonderful mentor and all these things. Oh my goodness. I appreciate
Mhm.
I can't say that enough. So relatable. And if
Thank
you all can relate to that, by
you.
all means,
Yeah.
put it in the chat.
Give
Put
us a one.
relatable.
Put a one in the chat if you can relate to really feeling like, is your corporate or professional check that you're getting the only worth that you're able to give, and think about that. And if it resonates, put a one in the comments. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you.
I see you, China.
Yes.
Yeah, so we know what we know to be true is it's not your worth,
Mhm.
and that you're so much more valued.
Mhm.
And I love that. I'm a true. Okay, we see you. You relate, and so it's identifying, right? Because and we can go deeper, but it's identifying really what that calling is and your purpose, so that you can really start to operate in it and take those small steps,
Yeah.
right? I love if you're a professional in the corporate world, because I also, right, understand the executive presence and understand that leadership, and I respect it. But what I know to be true is if you do have a heart of entrepreneurship, then we call that an investor, right? We call that check allows you to really start to invest in small steps
Yeah.
towards your purpose, calling, and what that looks like. And so there you can do both until you're ready to make that real leap of faith, because we want you to be wise, right? We don't want you just jumping off the cliff without not having a canopy or a plan.
Yes. That is right.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
important, but there's so much more to you, and there's so much more value, and there's no other you, right? One of the things that I love about us being so kindred is that we know to be true. We're uplifters and we're coaches, and we're motivators and mentors and all the things. But the reality of it is there's no other Jenée. There's
yes.
no other Erika
And I always
Marie, right? There's
say,
a reason.
yeah. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much for those words of
you're
wisdom.
welcome. You're
So
welcome.
let's get to the second gift.
Yes.
Gift number two, and my question
Mm-hmm.
is, what are some of the most significant challenges you faced during this particular journey that we're talking about? And just how did you navigate through them?
Yes. So me, right here. I was my biggest challenge. I was my biggest barrier, my doubt, my self doubt, my insecurities, my what I felt like is inadequacies, the things that I felt like I was comparing myself to others. Um, I was in my own way. And the only way that I was able to move out of my own way was to identify what those things were. So even a lot of the work that I do with others and women alike is to really identify what are those things that are really holding you back from literally walking in your calling. And it's usually we can identify it introspectively. And so I had the fear of money, and that was a root that came from religion. It came from my environment. It came from words from my own parent who told me I was in the wrong for thinking I was going to be the first millionaire in my family. My priorities were all messed up. So I had all these things. So yes, they're limiting beliefs, but I was my biggest challenge
Right.
because of everything that I thought of myself. And I couldn't get out of that until I got out of it.
Oh,
Right. And so we can talk more about that. But my encounter with God and my relationship with Him and finding the source, right? Identifying Him through me and doing that work and finding me and knowing myself was why I was able to identify Him. And so I was able to go against all the things of religions and the things that you hear and what you grow up with and all the ideations, right, that they give you, and they pour those seeds that were planted that were on rocks instead of on fertile ground. And so I kept those. And so I would replay them in my mind, and I would say, oh, you're not good enough, right? You're not articulate enough. You don't have all the MBAs, eight PhDs, the BD, all of that.
that
You
imposter
just,
syndrome.
you start to do all the digging at you. And
Mm.
so my biggest challenge was me until I got out of my own way.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so good. And I too, as you already know, because you were a mentor of mine
Yeah.
once, can totally relate to that. Again, if anyone is in the chat and you can relate,
Yeah.
put that number to. Man, it is just so crucial to show up for yourself. I'm big on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I too, even building my 3 businesses that I have currently, I mean, it's a challenge, you know what I mean? And just people just in my ear, like, oh no, you can't do it. You got to keep going and do it for yourself. You know what I mean? So I can relate to all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
And that's the thing. We can do what we choose to do, what we set our minds to think on and vision and see. And so I think it's our own power that we have in our BS system, right? That belief system, to say, I'm worthy. I can do this. I will do it. I'm able. I'm capable. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is, God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the call. And
Oh,
that resonates with me all the time, because even when I feel those insecurities, that doubt, those fears coming in, I recognize that there's a power that's much greater, that's able to qualify me and put me in the positions and put me in the rooms and put me in front of those people, right? He's doing the work behind the scenes, but he'll qualify me according to his will. But I had to trust that, right? It's something that you're fearful of. You let the world in, you let enemy in, you let family in, friends who want to just, the naysayers of the world. And so when you start to really get out of that and that shadow, and you start to really put that light inside and follow the truth, which is what we know to be the light, then you really start to shine that pathway forward for yourself.
oh,
Yeah.
so good. Yes. You know what?
Yeah.
And I wanted to also, my current mentor, his name's Darren on Be Iconic. Like he always says to us, and I got this from him, I get to do these things. I love to, I want to. You know what I mean? And it's so helpful to have that mindset, because through the years of being an entrepreneur, I didn't have that, so even for myself. But then to just get with people like you, and then, Darren on Be Iconic, it's just such a blessing to get to do these things. I get to do this podcast, one, because Darren put me, and I am grateful. It's such
Yes.
a blessing.
Yeah.
So thank you. And I just wanted to give, it looks like in the chat and thank you from _Drew Claiborne. He puts a book in here if you guys want to check it
Yeah.
out. The book
I
title
do.
is Until I Got Out of My Own Way, The Art of Stepping Aside. That sounds amazing. I got to get that book. So thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh,
So good.
so we're going to move along now to the third gift and question. And that is, and there's only 5, so I know you probably want more, everybody.
We'll give you more. We'll give you what we can.
The third one is, so could you share with us some specific strategies or just practices that helped you to overcome just that doubt and strengthen your faith?
Absolutely. So I have 2 morning strategies. I'm a morning person. I love to wake up early. And those who know me know that I seek 2 things, right? It's God and myself. So the 2 strategies I'll give you quickly is, of course, spirituality, where for me, when it comes to faith, you really seek the word of God. And you identify some time, start small, 5, 10, 15 minutes, and read the word. Open up the Bible, say your prayer, ask him to reveal to you something that you can use that's tangible for the day, and let that sit and marinate in your spirit. And the second is from, as we all know, if everybody knows who Mel Robbins is, one of the things that I took away from her, which I totally adore her and respect her for who she is and what she gives to the world, and the light. But every morning I ask myself in the mirror, what does Erika Marie need from Erika Marie today? It changed my life. It's one of the smallest actions that I took from her that has been my everyday strategy for 2 years plus now. And when I talk to myself, as I talk to God, I also talk with myself, and I wonder, what do I need for myself? Sometimes my 9-year-old little abandoned girl needs a hug.
Yeah.
Sometimes, my professional leadership needs a conversation with herself to say, how are you going to approach this situation and this challenge or whatever I've got going on? So it's different every day, but those are the two top priorities for me when I wake up in the morning, is to have a conversation with God and to have a conversation with myself. It's so important to identify both. And I think that's the power of, faith and being able to be driven by God.
Oh, wow. Once again, very, very relatable. I can tell you that what I first do in the morning is give back to God, because you guys, I personally cannot get through the day without being able to just do that. And then it makes my days just peaceful for all the little things that are going to be coming at me. Man, the challenges that I don't know about, like God knows already. So just giving back that time. I do anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour, just depending. But it's every day, by the way. So and throughout the day. So I'm listening
Absolutely.
to the spiritual radio through the day, because it gets me through, and I'm not trying to impose on anyone's faith by any means, but this is just what works for me. So just that, having that faith and things like that, it's gotten me through so much. And then starting in the morning with it, crucial. Like I don't even feel this when I don't do it in the mornings, and that's 7 days a week. So
absolutely. It's a game changer. I mean, if you want the two top things, right? I feel like talking to God and talking to yourself and identifying, both spiritual, right? And physical, what you need to start your day is powerful.
Yeah.
We have all the things, right? We do our priorities and we check out at night and we make sure we write down and we script and we do. Those who are organized, like most, really do the work. But the other piece of it is those conversations, and sometimes sitting in silence with yourself or within the presence of the Lord. There's so much that can be revealed. He's a revealing God. And that's also what I love about him, right? He's a refiner, but he's also revealing. And just spending the time is, everything. And that's fueling the faith to be able to walk, right, in that purpose. But it's also what will heal and identify those doubts and bring them to light, so that you're able to hit them, head on. And you don't have to do it yourself. It's one of the things that I love about being spirit filled and knowing that I'm imperfectly perfect, but that he really can do the work for you if you let him.
Yes. Being unapologetically about it.
Yes, I'm a God girl. And I'll say it till the wheels fall off to the mountaintops. I got to give, been my common theme. He is my common theme.
All the glory, for sure.
All the glory.
Yes. Thank you for those. Okay, we're at gift number 4.
Yes, I'm ready.
So gift number 4 and question is, in moments of uncertainty, because we all have it, what role did like community or mentors, or just that self-development, or like we've been talking about, spiritual practices, play guiding you forward in any way?
The role that it played was, main, like, lead actress. I mean, it's been the main role. Personal development is one why I coach it and teach it, right? But it's one that when you go inside, my dad always would say, he had 6 girls. He had 5 from his first marriage. I'm the baby. And he would say, all of you are beautiful. And, he would just always talk about the beauty. But the one thing he'd always whisper in our ear, and especially in mine, and I just remember he'd say, but your beauty's from the inside. And one of the things that I know to be true is that when you do the work on the inside, it is reflective on the outside. And for me, what I know also to be true is that every aspect, the spiritual, right, the physical, the emotional, right, your mental well-being, all of those things come together coupled properly when you do the work. And developing yourself personally allows you to then be developed, professionally
Yes.
and in community, and really identifying the people around you. We always hear, especially as entrepreneurs, who are your five, right? Who are the five people that you surround yourself with? Okay, so listen, I probably got about 150, but it's not as like now my, I can't just say five, but it's mindful that they're not just about perfection people. It's about purpose people. And it's about those who are purposed in my life for either a season, for the longevity, right? When I think about team and building out a team and building on those people who rock with you, right? And believe in your vision. But all of that starts here.
Uh-oh.
Holy Spirit just
Yeah,
giving me
right.
some extra.
Yes, bring it on.
It's really, it's all of those facets that you mentioned. To me, it starts within.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's what I love about these gifts that we get, that we identify. But the work has been, for me, over a decade. Personal development took time. It took, for every tragedy, for every trauma, for every heartache, for every grief, all the things, right? From divorce to losing my family members that were so important to me, to moving cross country. Like, I went through a span of continued trials and tragedy and trauma. But one thing I know to be true was that I had to look within, and I had to identify what it was going to take for me to learn the value of my life, and why I mattered, and why I was strong enough to get through it, and why I was able to. And I always say it's God, right? That faith that resides so deep within, I would never give that up for anything that this world could offer. And so if I can leave anyone with anything today, most importantly is when you are in doubt and you are feeling, like you don't matter, or you're feeling like you're broken, or you're feeling like your grief is overwhelming, or, your finances, had it all and now you've lost it all. No matter your circumstance, there is hope. And there is a God that is powerful. He's able to do exceeding and abundant, more than we can even think. And if we just get to a place where we trust that, and we identify him in us, and we do that discovery work, it really will change your life forever. And so I'm here to support you, support anyone else who, wants to continue to have that conversation. But to me, I don't know how people make it without God, let alone,
Me neither.
it just, yeah. He's my everything. If you can't tell, I'm totally in love
Yes,
with
I
our
am.
creator.
So I get it. Unapologetic.
Unapologetic, like it or not. The world thought they had me, but guess what? I got a greater God, and
Oh, yeah.
he's bigger and better than anything that's ever walked this earth. That's for sure.
I wanted to give also it looks like I am Mitch Race. Thank you, Rich. He says, or Mitch, I'm sorry. It's not about perfection, people. It's about purpose,
Yes.
people. So
Say that.
true.
I hope y'all
He's
heard
also
that
a
real
part of
good. Yes, it's about purpose, people. Because really understanding and identifying your purpose, to me, and we all have one, is what is fulfillment. When you said earlier that we get to do this, absolutely. I wake up in my calling. I wake up excited for my purpose because it's innate. It's in my, what do they say? Your sacral power, right? It's like a vocation. I know that even if I didn't get paid for what I get to do, that I love what I do, because my payment is far greater than a dollar bill or a check. My payment is changing the life. My payment is having that little light of one ignite to all the thousands and hundreds of thousands that one life will touch. And so that's the payment. And so for me, I store my treasures in heaven. I store them for later, right? And I give God the glory because he's a provider. So one thing I know to be true is I've had it all and I've lost it all. And I'm having it again, right? And the one thing that I know, like a Joba instead of Job, is that I've been tried, but I've been true.
Yes.
Right? So tried and true, he'll keep you. He'll keep you.
Yes.
That's just what he does. He's a keeper.
Fighting
So
from the good
yes.
people. I love that. Woo! This
Are we
is
feeling the
awesome.
fire tonight
I don't know
on
if
a
you
Friday
guys are
night, on Good
relating or
Friday? I
getting
love
some
it.
value, but put value in the chat.
Yes.
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 Love
So I
it.
know before I go, want to be mindful of time. I
Yes.
would love to offer, I personally, if you DM me purpose, I have a
Mm.
special gift for all of your watchers today and all the viewers. And so DM me purpose and I will give you a special gift
Yes.
from my heart to yours in a life-size way.
Thank you so much.
So
Let's get to the
welcome.
very last gift. Number 5. You guys at
Okay.
that Erika, get to her, DM her so we can get that special gift, okay?
Yes.
So the last gift here, and that's what advice and therefore actionable gifts, and you just said to DM you, so I
Yes.
appreciate that for that. Would you offer to the listeners today who are just struggling with doubt in their own faith and journeys?
Mm-hmm. So I would say I have 2 actions for you. I want you to go to the mirror tonight before when you're brushing your teeth, and I want you to have a real conversation with yourself and ask yourself, what's holding me back? Why don't I believe in what I have to offer this world? And I want you to really speak it out loud. There's power in the tongue, right?
Yes.
We know that to be true. There's power in what we speak. So ask yourself, why am I not? What is holding me back? And be honest. Be honest with yourself. If you cannot be truthful with yourself, you cannot be truthful with anybody else. And the other part of that is you don't have trust, you're not going to be able to build anything. You can't build rapport. You can't build service for others, right? Because people need to trust you to hire you, to buy your things. So you need trust. But if you can't trust yourself to be honest with you, right? And you can't speak it out loud, we got a bigger problem. Okay. And then the second thing I would say is that as you're honest with yourself, the actionable thing that I would ask you to do is to write down three I would say verticals, I call them, but 3 kind of just titles. The thing that you would love to do the most, that's just what you want to wake up and do. The things that you like to do and you kind of get paid for them, but you tolerate it. And then the things you really don't like to do.
Okay.
And if you're doing those things that you're not liking to do more than what you really like to do, we need to kind of self-check that, right? Because we want to change that around. So those are my 2 actions for everyone. I think is to really have a true, honest conversation with yourself. And then let's write it out. Let's write out what's that one thing that if you were not paid, right, that you get to wake up and do every day, and that is fulfilling your life. That should be the very first thing on what you love to do.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for that. Love those gifts. So you guys, we had 5 amazing gifts with Miss Erika Marie here, my special guest. So grateful. So Erika, is there anything else? How do we find you? Like, what would you like to say? Call you whatever however that works.
Yes. Absolutely. So, right now here on, IG, of course, I am Marie _official. And you can DM me, we can chat it up. That's the best way to connect with me. And then what I want to leave with everybody is just that love. I'm bringing back real love, by the way. And when you identify God's love, it's a different kind of love. So you operate in that. But love yourself enough to give yourself this gift. Love yourself enough to say, I'm worthy of taking the time for myself today to identify these 2 actions, to do the work, because I'm worth it. And so this is not it's your birthright. It's like all these things that hype you, right? And all that fragmented hype that you get. No, this is real. You're worthy. You are loved. And so love yourself is my one challenge so that you can get out of your way, because you deserve it. And so you need to identify what it's going to take to love yourself the most today. So that's what I leave everyone with is love you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that you can give yourself is the gift of love. and you won't hurt yourself, and you won't keep putting yourself on the back burner, and you won't keep getting abused. You won't keep taking everybody else into account without putting yourself first. And there's nothing wrong with that. It actually makes you so much greater so that you have so much more to give.
So brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much
Oh,
for being on my podcast.
so
Forward Fearlessly, number 15. I
I've been
love you.
honored. You know,
So
Jenée, that I love you so much. I love you, and thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you all soon. Don't forget to DM me
so I'm
purpose. I got your free
out.
gift. Yeah.
Yay! I'm going to close out with Miss Erika, but you guys are going to finish up this last little piece. Stay on with me.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining, Erika.
Thank you. Bye,
Purpose.
everyone.
Stay on with me, everybody. Bye, Erika.
Bye. It's not letting me come off. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Either way, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah. Keep going.
So you all, in sharing our guest story today, oh, wasn't she brilliant? Oh my goodness. Let's just highlight the moments of triumph, doubts, and that transformative power of just unwavering belief that you received from this just podcast today. So amazing. So blessed. I hope we've inspired you to embrace your own journey, as I've always tried to do through my podcast and just through life. And if you know me, you know that's just who I am, with that just integrity and being there for you and things like that. But just, I want to keep you encouraged, and I hope you have your own courage, and just that authenticity and fearless determination that I always put out there to everyone, just to have and keep going. Just move forward, because like I always say, you've got this. You got this. So as always, I am here, and with these giftful tips of just navigating doubt and strengthening faith, I do have a few more for you, as I usually give you, because a lot of people are always asking for more. So gift number 1, seek that knowledge. So just embrace that doubt of that opportunity and that growth for yourself. Okay. And gift number 2 is practice mindfulness. Practice that. I have to do that myself. And just cultivate a practice of mindfulness, and then that spiritual reflection, whatever your belief is. It's That's not only a forte, but I personally do that, like I said earlier, 30 minutes into my day. The first 30 minutes of my day, 7 days a week, I'm giving back, because that helps me get through my day. And all the challenges are coming at me, I'm dodging them, you guys, dodging them, because that faith is there by just giving back to God, as I like to do. Again, I'm not trying to portray on anyone else, but it's the way I'm trying to tell you. So, and then gift 3, embrace doubt as a supporter. Recognize that doubt is not a sign of weakness at all, but rather a supporter for just a deeper understanding. So just embrace the questions that arise and just allow them to lead you to just like a more profound faith altogether. It's so helpful. And then lastly, gift number 4, stay open-minded. I was challenged with this during my entrepreneur years, and being in the corporate world and all those things, and being, like I had told many people, I was the minority. I was the only Black. I was the only female. Unfortunately, I was at the good old boys club. But I was grateful for my 20 years of human resources and just being at the top of the executive level staff, and just being there for everyone else. So God guided me and helped me to be removed from that, to start my 3 current businesses that I have today. And you too can do this. So I have faith in you. And if you don't have any faith, if you don't feel like you even have a little bit, borrow some of mine, because I've got enough to go around. Borrow some of mine. I'm glad to give you some. So as always, and at the end of this podcast, I'd like to give a challenge, okay? that challenge. It always helps. So this is to embrace your doubts and as opportunities of growth and just that transformation for yourself. So this is what it is. Take a moment to identify one area even of your faith where you've encountered uncertainty, okay? Or even hesitation. And then you can commit to exploring this, okay? And then this doubt, this curiosity of courage, just commit to it, all right? And then also engage in conversations. It's really important to do so. And then seek out just resources. I've had to do that a lot during my journey. Resources, and just embark on a journey of discovery for yourself and for your business and your life, that's going to make it just better altogether. So just pretty much stay authentic to your faith, and to yourself. Me saying that, just stay authentic to yourself. Remember, it is a struggle with our doubts, but we can often find that strength to actually build that unshakable belief by doing these things. Okay. So that's my challenge to you. Feel free to share it with me. DM me like, hey, Jenée, I did that challenge. We can discuss it further because I'm an uplifter and a mentor that can certainly assist you in future and just throughout your journey all together as an entrepreneur. And I can just show you the ropes. So as we navigate through all of this dialogue, let's just draw upon that motivational quote that I like to give as well. And I love me some Maya Angelou. So this is what she says. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. Powerful as usual from her. That's why I love to use her quotes. So thank you so again for just being on here, and always remember, you have within you that strength, that patience, and just that passion to reach the stars, to change the world and yourself in a positive direction, right? So let's just journey forward and just do it without fear, but in faith. Let's do it in faith. So have a blessed day and a prosperous year all together on purpose. I'm Jenée, the Uplifter. See you next time, every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Check me out.